Hello guys, welcome you all in my YouTube channel Tech with Rakesh. Today in this video, we will know about MSA Measurement System Analysis. So guys, there is one request from you all. If you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification of my further video. I usually bring this type of technical video at my channel. So guys, let's start. Measurement System Analysis. So guys, this is one of the most important document among the 5 important document like MSA, SPC, FMEA, EPQP and PPAN. So guys, these are the contents of our today's discussion. What is MSA, purpose of MSA, when to use MSA, attribute and variable data, precision and accuracy, gauge RNR format and its step, how to perform and how to make the gauge RNR format on Excel sheet. So what is MSA? And MSA is a statistical tool which is used to determine that your process, your measuring instrument or your measuring system is capable to measure precise measurement or not. So what is the purpose of MSA? The purpose of MSA is to determine that how much error is present in your system or quantifies the variability added by the measurement system. It is also quantified that how much variability has been added in your measuring system. It is applicable for both attribute data and variable data. So when to use the measuring system analysis? On the critical inputs and output prior to collecting data for analysis or for any new or modified process in the order to ensure the quality of the data. So guys, who should be involved in MSA? So everyone that measures and makes decision about this measurement should be involved in MSA. Guys, there is one important thing is that measuring system analysis is an analysis of your measuring process, not the analysis of your people. So what is attribute data and what is variable data? Attribute data is also called discrete data. The data which is known or which can be evaluated by counting pass, fail, yes, no, like that. And what is attribute data? Attribute data are those data which can be continuous on a scale or which is continuous on a scale. So these are the examples of variable data. Physical measurement, length, width and area are the example. In physical condition, temperature, pressure are the example of variable data. In physical properties, strength, load, strain, these are the example. Continuous or non-end. So measurement system analysis is observed variation due to two types of variation, process variation and measuring system variation. So when you are getting any output, it depends on two variation, process variation and MSA, measuring system variation. This is not a variation of only process variation. So process variation, output of the process measured by cycle time, dimensional data, number of defects and others. So measuring system variation, it can be measured by precision and accuracy, or you can say the precision means variability. Variability means the distance between among these data. So how much data are differing from each other, this is called precision. And accuracy means central location. So it stands that your data is how much accurate or how much tends to your central or your mean value. So here we will understand one by one through example. Guys, in first example, you will see that the center is, this is your center and this is your range, and these are the your observed data. So here you will see that your observed data is out of the range. So this case is inaccurate. It means that your data is inaccurate and imprecise also. So in case 2, your data are within the range. It means that this is accurate but imprecise, not precise. In third case, you will see that all these data are very close to each other, means the distance between or the difference between each other data are very less because these data are close to each other. It means that it is precise but inaccurate. Inaccurate because this distance is much more or far from the central or mean value, means these data are out of your range. So due to which each inaccurate but precise, and this is the example of precise and accurate because these all data or these all observed value are near to the center, as well as these all data are very close to each other. It means that the distance between each data are very less. Precision can be measured by three methods: resolution, repeatability and reproducibility. And accuracy can be measured by three methods: linearity, bias and stability. So one by one we will study about resolution, repeatability, reproducibility, linearity, bias and stability. So what is bias? Bias is the method of accuracy to measure the accuracy. So it stands the difference between the observed average of the measurement and true value. So in this example you will see that, guys, this is your true value and this is your observed value. It means that the gap between both the data are called bias. Another is linearity. Linearity is the difference between in the bias value over the expected operating range of the measurement gauge. Guys, in this example you will see that this is your true value and this is your observed value. So here, guys, you will see that according to reference value, your measuring value or your measured value should be straight or should be linear, but your observed values are not linear. It means that it has been curved here. So gapping, or this is the bias. So this bias is called non-linear, or this phenomenon is called linearity. Another is stability. It is the difference in the average over extended period of time using the same gauge and appraisers to repeatedly measures the same part. So guys, here you will see that in both example, this is time 1 and this is time 2. It means that this data has been observed at time 1 by same operator. Appraisers mean operator and same gauge. At different time, this data has been observed by the same operator and same gauge. So this is the gapping between two times, that is called stability. Resolution. Resolution is the method to measure the precision. Error in resolution means it is inability to detect a small changes. Possible cause: what can be causes of resolution? Wrong measuring device selected, division on a scale not fine enough to detect the changes. Another is repeatability. Repeatability means it is the variation between successive measurement of the same part, same characteristic by same person using the same gauge. So these are the variation by measuring instrument at same condition. Here you are, guys, here you will see that this is your observed value at same condition. Means that your part is same, your characteristics are same, your measuring instrument is same and your person is same, but your observation is very different. At first time your observed value is this, at second time your observed value is this, your third time your observed value is this. So like that your values are differing from your true value. So this is called repeatability. So what can be error in repeatability? The inability to get the same answer from repeated measurements made of the same item under absolutely identical condition. So what can be possible causes? Lack of a standard operating procedure, lack of training, measuring system variability. So this is also called equipment variation. Reproducibility. Guys, here you will see that it is the difference in the average of measurement made by different people using the same instrument when measuring the identical characteristic on the same pieces. So it is the observed value by different operator at same condition. by same gauges, same instrument, but by different operator. So this is called reproducibility. So this is the variation of observation due to operator. So what is the error in reproducibility? The inability to get the same answer from repeated measurements made under various conditions from different inspectors. So what can be causes? Lack of SOP, lack of training. So guys, here we will study the variable MSA gauge R and R. So MSA is applicable for both the data, variable and attribute data. But here we will study about, or we will focus on variable MSA. So gauge R and R is combined estimate to measurement system repeatability and reproducibility. So typically a 3-person study is performed in this case. Each person randomly measures 10 marked part per trial, or each person can perform up to 3 trials. So here has been taken 3 trials. You can take 2 or 3 also, or out of 10 part you can select 2 to 10 parts. So there are 3 key indicators. In this study you will see EV, equipment variation. This is the variation due to repeatability. AV, appraisal variation. This is the variation is called reproducibility. Overall percentage GRR. So guys, this is the format of gauge R and R form. So later in slide we will discuss how to make this format on Excel sheet also. So one by one we will study. There are 10 steps to perform gauge R and R method. So guys, this is the first step. In first step, what you have to do to measure variable MSA by gauge R and R, you have to select 10 items that represents the full range of long-term process variation. Step 2 is that identify the appraiser, means identify the operator. Should use individuals that actually do the process being tested. Can also include other appraisers. Supervisor also should have a minimum of 3 appraisers. Here you have to select 3 appraisers, 3 operators. Step 3 is that if appropriate, calibrate the gauge or verify that the last calibration date is valid. If necessary, your gauge is not calibrated, then calibrate it, or if it has been calibrated, then verify it that your gauge is current calibrated or within the valid calibration date. Step 4 is open the gauge R and R worksheet. We will see later how to make the R and R worksheet on Excel sheet. Step 5, have each appraiser assess each item 3 times. So guys, in this step the operator has to measure each item 3 times, trial 1, trial 2 and trial 3. So each appraiser has to work independently. Items should be evaluated in random order. In any random order, item can be given to the operator for measurement. After each appraiser completes the first evaluation of all items, repeat the process at least 2 more times. Means you have to also follow 2 trials, trial 2 and trial 3 also. Do not let the appraiser see any of the data during the test. So don't allow them to see the data first what they have measured. Step 6, input data into gauge R and R worksheet. So in next slide we will see how to make the worksheet in Excel. Enter the number of operator trials, samples and a specification limit. Analyze data in the gauge R and R worksheet. So next step is assessing. How you will assess that your measurement system analysis is trust level. So when your GRR, percentage GRR is greater than 30%, it means that it fails. When it is belongs to 10 to 30%, percentage GRR is 10 to 30%, it is marginal, means it is acceptable on the some conditions. And third is when your GRR is less than 10%, it means that your system is acceptable. Another important is if the measurement system need improvement, then suppose that your GRR is greater than 10%, then you have to perform brainstorm with the team for improvement solution, determine best practical solution, may require some experimentation. Another is pilot the best solution, implement best solution, train employees, rerun the study to verify the improvement. So guys, here we will take an example how to do MSA in your Excel sheet. So guys, here you will see that this is the format of gauge RNR variable data. So in this format, how you have to fill all the data, I will show you. Yes, this is Excel sheet of gauge RNR variable data. So how you have to make this gauge RNR variable data format on Excel? Firstly, here you have to take three operator, operator 1, operator 2 and operator 3, and how much trials you are going to perform, you have to write here trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. In this case I have taken 3 trials, at least you have to take 2. Or how much samples, on how much samples you are going to perform this measurement system, then you have to take sample 1, sample 2, sample 3, from 1 to 10 I have taken in this case. So for each operator you have to repeat same things. In first case you have to find the average of first sample at 3 trials. So here you will see that in first trial of first operator is 25.250, 25.540 and third trial value is 25.390. So here the average of first sample is 25.393. So like this you have to do for all the samples for each operator. So this is the range. This range means the difference between maximum value and minimum value. So in this, maximum value is your 25.540 and your minimum value is 25.25. So you have to subtract maximum minus minimum, then you will get the range. So you have to do for each operator and each sample. As here you will see that range average. So this is the average of range, means R bar. 0.354 is the average of all these range, and this is the average of all these samples, means for each sample having different average. So here I have taken sample average for all the sample, means all 10 samples. So for each you have to do like this, range average and sample average. Like here you will see that here I have calculated X bar. X bar is the average of first sample performed by operator 1 and operator 2 and operator 3. So you can calculate X bar. And RP. So when you are going to calculate RP, so this is the maximum of X bar minus minimum of X bar. So here this is the value of RP, in this case 3.382. Again you have to calculate average range. So this range and this sample average is the for each operator. So you have to calculate average range for 3 operator. So one by one we have calculated for each operator. Then I have to calculate average range for all operator, means 3 operator. So this average range plus this average range means 0.354 plus 0.517 plus 0.578 divided by 3. Now we have to find out the X bar range. X bar range is 0.205. This is the range between maximum and minus minimum of these 3 value. In these 3 value, the sample average have minimum value is 25.211, sorry, minimum value is 25.043 and maximum value is 25.248. Difference between this maximum and minimum is called X bar range. So guys, these are the some constant So you have to remember this. There is no explanation for this constant. For trial 2, D3 is 0, D3 is also 0 for trial 3, K1 for trial 2 4.56, for trial 3 3.05, K2 is this, and D4 is this. So and K3 for sample 10, here I have taken 10 samples, so K3 for the sample 10 is 1.62. So guys, in this sheet I will show you the constant value. So these are the constant value for different samples and different reading. So for 2, 3 trial, your K1 value should be like this, and for K2 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for conditions, your K2 will be like this. And samples, for K3 value you have to consider the samples, not the trials. So in my case here I have taken 10 sample, so I have to see here for 10 sample how much the value of K3 value is 1.62. so I have written the K3 value is 1.62. Indicators of the R&R. So we will evaluate, or we will calculate one by one. Repeatability. Repeatability also stands for equipment variation. So in this case, the value of EV is 1.472. So what is the formula of EV? The formula of EV is EV equals to K1 dot R double bar. So here I have calculated that K1 in this case for 3 trial is 3.05. So 3.05, and your R double bar value is 0.483 in this case. So E23 is 0.483. So when we will multiply 3.05 into 0.483, we will get the EV value 1.48473. Again, reproducibility means a pressure variation, means variation due to operator. How much variations are available in your measuring system due to this operator. So here AV is equals to whole square root of X difference into K2 square minus EV square by NR. Here N is the number of samples and R is the number of trial. So in this case N is 10 and R is 3. So here I have find out X difference into K2 whole square is equals to 0.305. So X difference, the value is E24 into F29. So E24 is the E24. This is the X difference, means X bar range 0.204, and K2 value for trial 3 is K2 value for trial 3 is 2.7, means F29. So you have to square. So 2 times I have multiplied here for a square. Here is minus EV square. EV square by NR. EV square 1.47 square by NR is 30. So you will get 0.072. The minus of 0.305 and 0.7072. Here you will get a square root of 0.23303. So here the square root of this value is 0.4827, a square root of I35. So I35. Again, repeatability and reproducibility. So repeatability and reproducibility is equals to GRR is equals to a square root of EV square plus AV square. So I have already found out EV square. EV is 1.4732. So here a square will be 2.17 plus AB is equals to 0.48. So its square will be 0.233. Then a square root of 2.40320 is equals to 1.5502. This is our GRR. Again RP is equals to X part max minus X part min. So here we have already calculated RP value. This is the difference of maximum x bar minus minimum x bar. So in this case our RP value is 3.382. So I written here PV is equals to part variation. PV means part variation. So part variation is equals to RP into K3. So K3 in this case for 3 trial is 1.62. So here 3.382 into 1.62 will be equals to 5.479. This is the value of PV, means part variation. TV, a total variation. Total variation is a square root of GRR square plus PV square. So here GRR square is 2.403 plus PV square is 30.02. So its a square root will be 32.4248 will be a square root of 32.4248 will be here TV value 5.6943. So already, so guys, here we calculated all these indicator. Now we have to find out the percentage EV. So percentage EV is equals to 100 into EV by TV. So 100 into EV value is 1.47 divided by TV value is 5.69. So in this case, you will see that our EV value is 25.87 and AV value is equals to 100 into AV by TV. So 8.48. Percentage GRR is equals to 100 into GRR by TV equals to 27.22. Percentage TV is equals to 100 into PV by TV equals to 96.22. So here we find out the value of percentage GRR. So on this basis of percentage GRR, we will analyze that our measuring system or measurement system is capable or not. So guys, here is the range chart and average chart. You can simply go through average and draw the run chart for average chart and range chart for range. So guys, here we will see the analysis or the evaluation of percentage GRR. What is stands 27.22. Again we will go on PPT. So guys, here our GRR percentage GRR is 27.22. It means that it is belonging to 10 to 30%. It means that it indicates that this value is marginal. It means it is acceptable on some conditions. When it becomes greater than 30%, then it is fails to MSA. If this value is less than 10%, it means that it's strongly acceptable. So guys, this is about variable MSA gauge RNR. So I hope you have understand easily. If again you have any doubts, then please drop your queries in comment box. I will reply as possible as. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.